Since its rebirth in 1948, Israel has faced relentless waves of opposition. Yet time and time again, it has stood unbroken, forging a path through the flames of conflict. How does a nation so small and outnumbered defy the odds and endure the storms of war? Ten battles over 75 years, a relentless struggle to defend its people and preserve a homeland against all odds. Today, we uncover the story behind Israel's strength, the strategies, the spirit, and the secrets that keep this nation unconquered. Imagine a land small in size, caught between empires and neighbors, a place with ancient roots that's endured countless battles, exiles, and wars. This is Israel, a nation that, against the odds, stands unconquered. Why? The answer lies in its unique story, one filled with resilience, strategy, and unity. Journey begins thousands of years ago, in a place where ancient kings ruled and stories of strength and survival were written. For Israel, the struggle for existence is nothing new. From the days of King David and the Kingdom of Judah, through the Romans, and later the British Mandate, Israel's history has been marked by waves of conquest, exile, and return. In 1948, a small nation was born in the heart of the Middle East, Israel. It was a land with deep historical roots and a people returning to their ancestral home. But even as the ink dried on Israel's declaration of independence, a storm was brewing. The world would soon witness an extraordinary story of resilience as Israel faced wave after wave of conflict, each time standing firm in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds. Just hours after declaring independence, Israel found itself under attack. Egypt, Jordan, Syria, Iraq, and Lebanon, all its neighbors, launched a combined assault determined to crush the newborn state before it could truly begin. Outnumbered and outgunned, Israel's survival seemed impossible, but in the face of adversity, ordinary citizens transformed into defenders, fighting for their right to exist. Through courage, strategy, and a touch of miracle, Israel held its ground. By 1949, an armistice was signed, and Israel had not only survived, but emerged stronger, with a new resolve to defend its sovereignty at any cost. Just a few years later, in 1956, tensions escalated again. Egypt nationalized the Suez Canal, threatening key waterways and Israel's access to global trade. Alongside Britain and France, Israel launched an offensive into the Sinai Peninsula. Swift and decisive, Israel's forces captured the Sinai, but international pressure from the U.S. and the Soviet Union forced a withdrawal. Though they left the Sinai, Israel had shown the world its willingness to defend its borders and interests. The biggest test was yet to come. In 1967, surrounded by hostile neighbors, Egypt, Jordan, and Syria, Israel sensed an attack was inevitable. So, on June 5th, it struck first, launching what would become known as the Six-Day War. In a mere 6 days, Israel's military achieved what seemed impossible, gaining control over the West Bank, Gaza, the Sinai Peninsula, and the Golan Heights. This war reshaped the region and gave Israel strategic depth, but it also marked the beginning of ongoing tensions over these territories. But peace was still elusive. Between 1967 and 1970, Egypt engaged Israel in a bitter war of attrition, hoping to reclaim the Sinai. Both sides exchanged artillery fire, and Israel faced daily shelling and skirmishes along the Suez Canal. After 3 grueling years, a ceasefire was finally reached. Although borders remained unchanged, Israel had proven its ability to endure prolonged conflict and hold its ground, even under constant threat. Then came 1973 on Yom Kippur, the holiest day in Judaism. Israel was caught off guard as Egypt and Syria launched a coordinated surprise attack. For Israel, it was a moment of crisis like no other. With their backs against the wall, Israeli forces fought bravely, pushing back the invaders after initial setbacks. The war lasted nearly 3 weeks, leaving scars on the nation. But it also set the stage for future peace talks with Egypt, as both sides began to see the human cost of continuous conflict. In 1982, Israel faced a new kind of enemy within its northern borders. The Palestine Liberation Organization, PLO, was launching attacks from southern Lebanon. Israel moved swiftly, crossing the border in an attempt to root out the PLO once and for all. Though Israel succeeded in driving the PLO out of Lebanon, it became entangled in a prolonged occupation. The Lebanese conflict would last until Israel's withdrawal in 2000, marking another complex chapter in Israel's struggle to secure peace along its borders. As Israel held its borders, internal strife erupted. The First Intifada in 1987 saw Palestinians in the West Bank and Gaza rising up, a movement driven by frustrations over Israeli occupation. This marked the beginning of a new, difficult conflict within. A second uprising followed in 2000, with greater violence on both sides. The Intifadas shook the region and made clear that the path to peace required more than just military might. It called for deep political solutions, a challenge that still endures today. In 2006, Hezbollah, a militant group based in Lebanon, sparked another conflict. Rocket attacks rained down on northern Israel, leading Israel to respond with force, entering Lebanon to push Hezbollah back. After a month of fierce fighting, a UN-brokered ceasefire brought an uneasy peace. Though Israel had repelled the immediate threat, Hezbollah remained a powerful adversary just across the border. In recent years, the threat to Israel has taken on new forms, with Iran indirectly challenging Israel's security through proxy groups like Hezbollah in Lebanon and Hamas in Gaza. Iran's support for these groups has increased rocket attacks and heightened tensions across Israel's borders. In October 2023, Hamas launched one of the most intense barrages in recent memory, sending thousands of rockets into Israel. The conflict further demonstrated Israel's reliance on cutting-edge defense systems, like Iron Dome, and the unwavering spirit of its citizens under fire. Now, let's take a closer look at the secrets behind Israel's remarkable achievements, beginning with the strength and innovation of its military forces. One of Israel's greatest shields is its military, the Israeli Defense Forces. Every citizen has a role to play, with men and women alike, serving to protect their homeland. The IDF is no ordinary military. It's a force built on the belief that survival depends on each person standing ready. But the IDF isn't just about manpower. Israel has harnessed technology to a level few can match. With tools like the Iron Dome, a groundbreaking missile defense system, Israel has created a virtual umbrella against airborne threats, stopping rockets mid-flight, sparing cities from destruction. In a country where the stakes are life and death, Israel's technological edge has been vital to its survival. Another silent force stands behind Israel's resilience, the Mossad. Known worldwide for its resourcefulness and reach, Mossad has uncovered plots, thwarted terror, and neutralized threats before they reach Israeli borders. From daring operations abroad to intelligence at home, this network of agents has built an invisible wall of protection. In a region where threats can be hidden and unpredictable, intelligence is key. Mossad's operations may remain largely hidden from the public eye, but their role in keeping Israel unconquered cannot be overstated. One might say that Israel's strength is multiplied by its friendships. Through a powerful alliance with the United States and support from European nations, Israel has found both military and economic strength. These partnerships have added a layer of security, making it difficult for any adversary to act without facing global consequences. For Israelis, the idea of being conquered is unthinkable because they live the reality of defense and survival every day. From water desalination to cybersecurity, Israel's economy fuels its defenses and enhances daily life. This spirit of self-reliance makes Israel not only unconquered, but unyielding. For many, Israel is more than just a homeland. It's a symbol of faith, identity, and resilience. Religious and cultural significance runs through Israel's history and is woven into its people's identity. It's this deep-rooted connection that inspires a fierce determination to remain unconquered. Israel's story is more than a tale of survival. It's a testament to resilience, unity, and innovation. And as the world watches, Israel continues to stand strong, unconquered in both body and spirit. Thank you for watching.